In my last video, I mentioned that the guide on the Proxyn has some problems, so I bought this. Of all the tools in the vast crafter arsenal, few are as useful as the Shifting Lens Guider Pro model of 2021, more commonly known as the Guider Pro 2. It's the world's most popular Proxyn fence, a tool all crafters love. An elegantly simple 1-pound amalgamation of laser-cut MDF and plastic. It doesn't break, jam or overheat. It will work whether it's covered in mud or filled with sand. It's so easy even a child can use it, and they do. After the end times, it became the Dutch people's greatest export. After that came machinery, mineral fuels and footwear. One thing is for sure, no one was lining up to buy their klompen. The Guider arrived flat packed in a small corrugated card package, which I like. There's just enough packaging to get it home safe and no more. Less plastic waste and less shipping is always good. And this thing is packed really efficiently. There are a lot of parts in here, but don't panic. The instructions are very clear, and there's even a Blackmagic Craft video showing how to put it together, which I will be linking in the description. When I was dry fitting this, I noticed that the design had changed since that video was made, so it's even simpler to put together, as it really only fits together one way. I checked in with Gerard Boom, who mentioned that he is always adding in little optimizations, so don't be surprised if you buy one and it's slightly different from this. The dry fit went great, so I started to glue the bits that needed gluing together with some PVA glue. Nothing out of the ordinary here, just make sure you get plenty of glue on and use some on the sides of the finger joints too. The only thing in the setup which was a little tense was gluing in the tabs which hold the fence to the Guider, because I was worried about putting too much glue and getting everything stuck together. But that was a non-issue and it worked out okay. The next bit which I was a little worried about was attaching the wooden slat that guides the fence in the rail. Then I discovered a neat little design feature that is not in the instructions. There is a little line in the bottom of the Guider which shows you exactly where the slat needs to go. Gerard kindly confirmed that this is what the line is for, but also to check against the Proxyn to make sure that everything is nice and aligned. So I lightly tapped in the 2 nails, just enough to hold the slat in place, and confirmed. That said, even if you mess this up, the fence will still work fine, and you will still get good square cuts as long as you register against the fence, although angled cuts can get messy. Once I was happy with the position, I did some glue and hammered in the nails. After using this for a bit, I can say that I like it. It's nice and solid and does what it's meant to do just great. You can work with much larger pieces and hold them stable with no effort. I like that you can remove the main fence to make angled cuts while still retaining most of the functionality, though I think I will avoid using it a lot as I already hate realigning and retensioning the wire. Now, a fence is a relatively simple tool, so before I bought this I did stop to think whether I should try to build one myself instead. In the end I decided to buy because building a good precise jig would have taken me way longer than the 40 minutes or so it took me to set this up, and that included filming. With something like a fence, you really want to make sure it's a perfect 90 degrees to the face of the Proxyn, as any imperfection would be replicated in everything you cut. So yeah, tweaking my work would take ages. That's even without considering tools and materials. Now, if you have a table saw or a laser cutter and spare materials, you probably have the skills to make your own easily enough. Otherwise, tools and materials will probably cost you way more than buying it, especially since you can't usually buy materials in small quantities, and you'd have to get a large sheet. I don't think I'll be getting the circle jig for example, because I can build an ugly one myself in a few minutes with the scrap I have. But for something like the Guider Pro 2, I think it was a good decision for me to buy it rather than trying to make it. Do I recommend it? Hell yes. It's a massive improvement over the guide that comes with the Proxyn for very little effort, and I will be using this a lot. I hope that was useful. Have a great week and Carl out.